my name is Lindy Sherries and I used to be a Sangoma. In this channel, I talk about everything, guys. Abokorobela, the secrets that we were taught not to share with you guys, how we used to trick you guys, the spirits, how everything works when you go to a Sangoma for consultation, yamatambo. So whether you believe in God or don't believe in God, please check out this channel so we can talk about it. If you believe in God, let's share the gospel. If you don't believe in God, you can check out the channel too. I want to hear your opinion and I want people to actually share their opinion, not insulting me without saying why. Thank you, and I'll see you on my channel.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. My name is Solomon Izange Shams, and it's so great to be with you this week. I hope you are doing well. Thank you for checking in here, and thank you for checking out our videos and all that we do. Please make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Solomon's Temple. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please come over to YouTube and subscribe. And make sure you like the video and share the video. I want to see more likes today. Appreciate it. Hope you had a great weekend and hope you're doing very, very well. Right. So I want to look at a news item that's been making a headline the last few days, and there's been a debate around it. You know, this is a case of Bishop T.D. Jakes. We know him, Bishop T.D. Jakes, from the Potter's House. He has dabbled into music, movies, a lot of books, and his popular women conference called Woman Dawat Loose been running for 30 years. A lot of speakers have been through that. Now his daughter Sarah Jakes Roberts has been a speaker there, and lately she's been creating her own community through what she does, speaking to women especially. Now Sarah Jakes, if you remember her very well, she is somebody that actually she's not his first daughter. I think she's his second or third child, and she founded her own women event called Woman Evolve in 2017, right? Now, a little bit about her. She's someone that grew up, got married very early. I think she was 17 when she got married to some, if I remember very well, he was an American football player, had 2 kids from him. The marriage didn't last, basically. They got divorced, and then she married this guy called Torrey Roberts, who is also a pastor in Los Angeles. Right. So what happened at this Woman That Would Lose 30th year edition was when Bishop T.D. Jakes called his daughter to the stage and anointed her, prayed for her, and he said he passed the baton, the torch to her. And that's what's been trending, especially in South Africa and across Africa, around that incident, what happened. Let's get this clear. Bishop T.D. Jakes is not stepping away from ministry. He's not handling the ministry to her. Right now, that's not what he's doing. He's not handling the Potter's House to her. That's not what he's doing. But his Women That Would Lose conference, he's handing it over to her. He is handling basically his position to speak to women. He handed it to her, believing that she is called to be the voice of the next generation. Now, a lot of people thought, he's handling the ministry. Why is she handling the ministry and all that kind of stuff? And I sort of like understand what's been going on a little bit there. And we also have to understand that he picked her. A lot of people are now saying, why didn't he pick other people who are not family, who have been there for a long time? By the way, she's not in the ministry directly and all that kind of stuff. So that brings me to, the question of inheritance and calling. We've seen a lot of bishops, pastors, prophets anointing their own children to take over. Has church ministry become an inheritance, or is it a calling? When is it an inheritance? When can we say, no, this is totally a case of a family legacy being kept? this is an inheritance? And when do we say, no, this is definitely a calling that this person is being brought into? Let's watch a video of Bishop T.D. Jakes actually calling, when after he called her, a lot happened. It's about 20 minutes video, but I'm just going to show you about 5 minutes of it when she came on stage and all that, when he said he's passing the baton to her. Listen carefully to what he has to say.
Because I must decrease, that you might increase. Wait a minute, I'm about to give you the mic, but I forgot something. Wait, I got something else to give you. I pass this torch to you. Put it on your desk somewhere and may it forever burn. I didn't want a kind of torch that would go out when the meeting was over. So they designed this torch so it would last longer than me. May the power of God and the cloven tongues of fire rest upon you all of your life. In Jesus' name, you help her hold it. It's done. So I've had my say, and I've handed you the torch. And in the words of my last book, as I hand you this mic, don't
drop the mic. Yes, Lord. Wow, y'all, this is powerful. Let's go, Sarah.
Well, I guess it's just the beginning of a breakthrough.
Yes, yes.
I guess it's just the beginning of a next dimension.
Yes.
I guess all things really do work together for the good of those who love the Lord and called according to his purpose.
Yes.
I guess if one can chase 1,000, then a few of us could put the devil on notice that we have been loosed to evolve into the next dimension. I don't even need all of you. I just need 1 or 2 riders to decide that it's gonna end with me, and then it's gonna begin with me, and generational blessings will be my inheritance. So woman, evolve, and don't leave me out here by myself. If I'm going up, everybody with me going up too. You better watch out who you sit next to. We got a world to change. We got a devil to chase. We got a generational curse to break. We got a generation to change and a culture to turn upside down for the glory of the Lord. The devil should have took us out when we had the chance, but baby, we survived. So let's go eat, baby.
So that's the situation there. I brought you a bit of the video. It's long, it's a longer version. It's a longer version of it when he called her on, when he now removed his jacket and he put his jacket on her, and all that kind of thing. So check out the video. But my question and what people are asking it, has ministry become an inheritance? Taking over the church, taking over the ministry, or is it a calling? Is it the first step in getting Sarah Jakes to take over Potter's house when TD Jakes is retired? That's the question people are asking, right? And trust me, I have seen a lot of passing the baton where pastors and prophets and apostles and bishops anoint their children to take over from them. And it ended up as a disaster because clearly it was a case of an inheritance, not a case of a calling. Are there children and family members of pastors and bishops and prophets that are called by God? Yes, there are. Yes, there are. And are they the best to take over? Are they the best for the pastor to pass the baton to, the bishop to pass the baton to? Maybe T.D. Jakes was passing the baton to her because she is just his daughter. Maybe he's doing that as a father. Somebody said actually T.D. Jakes is not even a bishop. It's business. Because if this is a business, then it becomes an inheritance. But if it's kingdom, then it needs to be a calling. You need to be called. I've seen a lot of disaster caused by children and daughters of bishops and pastors who were anointed and pulled and dragged into ministry, and they became a total disaster. Some of them actually came out to say, Pop and Claire, I was not called for this. If you follow American charismatic evangelical churches very well, there's a guy, I've forgotten his name. He was a big time pastor during the 80s and 90s, and he built a university. He became the biggest university right now in the US, the biggest university and the biggest Christian university called Liberty University. His son took over after he passed away, became the president and all that kind of stuff. The son had to be chased away because he used the money of the university to take care of himself, to even hire a young man to sleep with his wife whilst he watched. Yes, go and check it out. Go and check Liberty University. Former president of Liberty University. I'm trying to remember the name of his father and his name. It just totally skipped my mind right now. And if you say don't drop the mic, if it becomes an inheritance, then you would drop the mic. If it's a calling, then will be no need to drop the mic. On the other side, there has been family members and children of pastors and bishops who were called into ministry who took over and did really well. And for T.D. Jakes, it seems like a lot of his children are not even really interested, especially the boys. There's a girl, his daughter, who recently got divorced, who also is in charge of like the children's ministry in the church, but right now doubled into quite a lot of problems. When is a son of a bishop, a son of a pastor taking over, or a daughter of a bishop or pastor taking over? When do we classify it as a case of passing the inheritance and not being called to ministry? When do we say this is a case of passing the inheritance? Sarah Jakes, obviously, she has faced a lot in her life. And she, like I said, when she was young, she got married as a teenager, got kids, and then her husband left her. She was left and castigated and all that kind of stuff out of the family, out of the church family. She was looked down upon and all that, but she rose. So she definitely has a voice. And she went out and carved a niche for herself. I really don't follow TD Jakes anymore. I used to. Sarah Jakes, I don't follow her here and there, because I mean their content is not really my kind of content. I don't want you to motivate me. I want to hear something that is life changing. We all have different sort of like, I want to hear something deep that will provoke me, that will get me angry, change, not to hype me. A change for me doesn't come from hyping me. I want deep teaching. And in Africa, we see more and more, there's a generation right now that is phasing out, and there's a new generation that is coming in. But do we see cases of classic inheritance, like wealth or business, that you pass on to your children? Or do you pass the ministry, the baton, to your children because they are called by God? Don't force them to be called by God. They shouldn't even force themselves to be called by God just because there is a case of the influence and the opportunities. So we need to question things and discern and really say, what is going on here? Thank you, CH. Yes, Jerry Falwell. Go and check the story of the son of Jerry Falwell, the one who was the president of... Jerry Falwell was a top pastor in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. He created Liberty University in the US, became the biggest university in the US, biggest Christian university. Well, I'm talking about hundreds of millions of dollars worth university. His son took over after he passed away with his wife, but they were using the money of the university to take care of themselves. Like I said, the son hired a young boy to sleep with his wife whilst he watched. Yes, go and check it out. The life that they lived, private jets, hotel, they were living a life like they were not Christians, but they were heading a Christian university. They had to kick him out. After the boy came out and said, no, this guy hired me, they were paying me to sleep with his wife. So that's a classic case of situation where it's a case of inheritance and not calling. Bosky said, I avoid the likes of TD Jakes. TD Jakes is more of a motivational speaker that started these $1 million churches. Patrick says, it was so disgusting, I turned off when I was watching yesterday. There's no God in the whole thing. The Jakes family is laughable. It's not ministry. It's a show and pure business. Jedi says, well, this is my personal perception. Sarah has grown within the ministry. You can see her growth. But like I always say, it is only God that knows the intent of the heart. Edna says, for me, it should be a calling and not inheritance. I don't know what the church is becoming. God have mercy on the church. Well, just wanted to share that with you guys. There's a generation that is phasing out again, and there's a generation that is coming in. Let's keep our eyes open to know when it is a case of an inheritance being passed on to the sons and the daughters, or it's a case of God calling them to continue with the great work that their fathers and mothers have done. God bless you guys. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see you again later.